Tennessee Titans Weekly, we carry the rock, but being the best podcast with Hawk and Jacques. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later, with everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jacques, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We give you news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up.
What is up, people? Can y'all hear me? Hello. Oh my gosh. Tighten up, man. You see, we got Sean Vandershell. What's up, brother? What's up? People, it's just me today because our brother cohort, he's in Houston. He got to witness the debacle live. And I just wanted to go live, man, with the Weekly Family, man. I know we haven't been live in a minute, so it's good to be back. Thank you. And also, man, I want to show my appreciation to y'all and use this as a therapy session. You know, we've done this before. So I'm going to use this as more of a live chop-up / discussion, if that makes sense, in an event session. Try to figure this thing out, man. It's bad, man. What up, Sean V? What up with you, man? Hey, I have the same reaction, man. Hey, Chris Martin here? What up, man? He says, I have no words. I know. I am frustrated, and I think I'm more frustrated in a way to where this team has no identity. This team has no direction. I just listened to Callahan's press conference, and he's saying the team is giving effort, but I don't see it. If that makes sense, I don't see it. But I mean, if he sees it, he's the coach. Okay, whatever. I just actually listened to Cam Ward's press conference. He's visibly and verbally frustrated, and that's the first time I've really heard him really be like that. He just quote, and I quote, he said he played like ass, and I excuse my French, but that's from his own words. It is getting worse week to week. It's becoming to be frustrating. And remember, people, this is a long season. We have a long season. Fire Callahan or not fire Callahan, we have a long season. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. So let me go through, man, and see what we got. We got Jay in the building. What's up? What he said? Offense definitely has no identity. I agree. We got Margarita Lopez. Man, I have not seen you in a minute. Hey, welcome. Tighten up. I'm currently in Panama City Beach for my birthday, but I bleed blue and just checking in. Do you think the boys are throwing in the towel? That's a great question, Margarita. The rookies, no. The second-year players, no. Jeffrey Simmons, no. He's still playing with energy and effort. L'Jarius Sneed, on the other hand, Calvin Ridley, on the other hand, those two, man, they on my list. I hate that the fact that I don't think they're throwing in the towel. I think the rookies are rookies. Let me say this. I expect Cam Ward to make mistakes. I expect Eli Manning to make mistakes. I expect DK to make mistakes. I expect them to make mistakes. But they're the only ones that's really contributing to this offense. They're the only ones. Literally. I mean, it's ridiculous. Calvin Ridley, we're paying you, man. We're paying you to catch passes, specifically touchdown passes. I feel so bamboozled and fooled from what I seen in the preseason and training camp to what I see now. I was expecting Calvin Ridley and Cam to go off. I don't know what's happened. I don't get it, but it's bad. Sneed needs to keep his mouth shut. Okay, Sneed, I don't know if you watched the show, brother. It's no hard feelings, but you got to be quiet, dog. That's come back to bite the Titans plenty of times. Everybody, you've seen our track record. When the Titans get to talking trash to a team that we know we're not supposed to talk trash to, and we do it, and we just don't back it up. Snead, to me, he changed the momentum and the trajectory of that game. It was third. It was second and 32, I believe. I think it was second and 32 or 33. And typical Titans fashion, Snead gets beat by Nico Collins, of all people. And when I seen the ball going in there, I said, oh, Nico got that. Snead was chasing. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's bad. Kermit, what up, brother? He says, we suck, bro. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Jay, yes, Snead was running his own. Man, come on, man. Like, for real. Jay Top, he said, team literally gave up on his staff. That's the only reason that this team is this bad. I knew that would be bad, but I didn't think they would do objectively worse than last year by this wide of a margin. Now, I will say this, Jay. I'm with you. I at least thought we were going to be in these games, but each game has got progressively worse. Like, we've been getting beat progressively worse. The Denver game, we fought hard. We did. We had all that opportunity to win the game, so I can make an excuse. The Rams game, we were in it until the second half, and the floodgates open. Third game, coach just demolished us. But it's a pattern here. Each time, each second quarter, it seems the building crashes and it crumbles, and that's what's happened. Even in the second quarter, the second half of this game, we were 6-0. All of a sudden, boom, the floodgates open. It's like the defense can only hold back for so long, and then boom, offense can't generate pressure. Now, I will say this. This was Cam's, in my opinion, worst game of the year. He looked antsy, wasn't going through his progression. His footwork looked off. He still continues to drift in the pocket. I'm like, you got to coach that out of him. Stop drifting. He's trying to extend plays, which I appreciate. I do. But it's like, if it's not there, bro, throw it away. And I know they only had, I think he was sacked twice today, I believe. Only had two sacks, but at the same time, come on, man. What are we doing, right? You hold on to the ball. But that's expected from a rookie. I do. This is his worst game, I will say that. Derek Brown, what up, DB? He said, why isn't Van Jefferson being used over Lockett? I agree. Maybe. It's a great question, DB. Van Jefferson at least has speed. You might want to test him, if that makes sense. But I agree with you. Cat Nelson, I agree with you. I actually would have loved to see Restrepo with Cam Ward in preseason to see how if they still had that chemistry, if they still can replicate what they replicated in Miami. Why not try it? Throw everything at the wall, see what it got. Said this timeline sucks. I agree. Let's see here. Yes, we do. Let's see here. And again, welcome people. Welcome. Tighten up. I'm using this as a venting session, so if y'all want to come in and vent, y'all know how we do. It's just me today. I know Hawk is in Houston, which I actually feel sorry for Hawk. And he actually just texted me. He said he is not wearing any Titans apparel until he said, and I quote, I'm not wearing my tights in Houston for the rest of the trip. I do not blame you, bro. Do not wear that. I do not blame you. I don't blame you. And if you're watching the show, Hawk, I don't blame you, dog. Bro, we need a lot on this team, but what is the main position we need to address in the draft? Great question. So, it's two ways we can go with this. We're still not generating pressure on the defensive line like I want to. So you can address it with the kid from Miami. I forgot his name, but he's pretty solid. Or my wish list is Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State or Alabama. You need to bolster this offense. You need to get playmakers in here that can match Cam Ward's energy. One of those two going to come in, and they are day one plug-and-play receiver that you can plug day one and you can add to the stable. Right now, to me, we don't have a number one receiver on this team. Calvin Ridley, I thought he was, but then I had to think back. When he was with Atlanta, he was a number two to Julio, right? When he was at Jacksonville, he was supposed to be number one, but it didn't really pan out. So Calvin's a good complementary receiver. He's a good number two, maybe a Y, but he's not an X. So I would prefer Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams from Alabama. What about you, Jeremy? What you thinking, brother? Let me see. Man, we can Mahomes, it would be the same. DB, I agree with you, brother. I don't know how you fix this. I don't. It's time to move. And you know what? Even if we move to the USFL, they're still going to lose. I don't even think they'll win a game in the USFL. Mark Reese, he said, we can't be that bad, but I guess we are there. The rookies are playing hard. I know how I feel. And you agree, you're correct, Mark. If I got to take a positive out of this season so far, it's our rookies. But they're rookies. And you're asking them to do what veterans are supposed to do. Jeffrey Simmons had a quote today, a quote this week saying that the good players on this team have to play better. Now, I feel like, in my opinion, Jeffrey Simmons had a good game. He did. He played. He backed his part of the deal up. But everybody else, nah, man. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. We're 0-4, man. We haven't been 0-4 in a while. What a Curtis, he said he ran in the hog. Yeah, he told me, man. That's what you're saying, man. That's cool. Cool. Good stuff, man. I wish I could have been there, bro. But, one of us got to stay home and hold the fort down, man, for sure. Let me see. Jeremy says, Ryan and Jeremiah got one more year of college. We need help now. I know they do. If that's the case, then I would go with the end from Miami or trade back and collect picks. But we need a playmaker, man. We need one. We really do. We really do. Let me see. Gray and Simmons were the defense today. I agree. Gray is stepping up. Gray did step up today. Gray and Simmons definitely stepping up. They definitely. Let me see here. If I was managing on a plane, I'd be asking Big Jeff where he want to consider going. Yeah. Now let me ask everybody this. We know Amy looks at these games, and when you lose to Houston, that's the game that'll get you kicked. That'll get you fired immediately. Do you think Callahan will be fired by tomorrow? Just put it in the chat. Do you think Callahan will be fired by tomorrow? And DB, yes, I did. That's the thing. What I love about Cam. Cam knows it's trash. Cam knows that it's no spark. Cam knows this. And the thing about Cam is this is Cam. Cam is the energy of the team. And I quote, he said they play like ass. I'm sorry if you got any kids in the room, but he's correct. He knows it. And he almost, and DB, I don't know if you got the vibe too, but it's almost he wanted to call out the coaching staff too. I got that feeling just a little bit, like he almost wanted to say, man, they all, like seriously. Fire Brian had Bill had Tommy Cat. Oh man, Curtis, hey, that's funny, bro. You get the boom of the show, bro. I'm gonna give you a boom on that one. Boom, hey, fire them all. If you got a Callahan in your name, fire them all. I think he will be fired tomorrow. I do. I have a feeling, man. I don't know. But I will ask you this. He should have been fired. Let me take it back. He should have been fired when Rand got fired. When Rand Carthon got fired, Callahan should have been gone. That's just point blank period. That's how that goes. GM, coach, gone. Now, if you do that, if you fire him, who is your coach that you would want to come in and coach the Tennessee Titans? 1. 2, do you think they can turn the ship around fast? So it's a 2-part. 1, if they fire, who's your dream coach to bring in? And 2, do you think they'll get the ship turned around fast? And I'll put your comment on the screen. Let me see. Houston, the bottom 5 teams. Yeah, Houston's trash, man. Houston is not good. Yeah, they say what they say. Amy always wants to beat the Texans, so yep, she's pissed. Amy is pissed. That's a. I wonder if that was a wish from her dad before he passed away. Was if you don't do anything, fire him, right? If Amy has pride left in her owning this team, she has to fire him, rid us of Caliban. And you know what's funny? Me and Hawk, we wasn't fans of this hiring even from the beginning. I think Hawk wanted Harbaugh, and I forgot who I wanted, but Callahan was not on my wish list. Callahan didn't even call plays in Cincinnati, so why would I expect him to be a head coach to come in and, if that makes sense, you got to start from the bottom first, man. It's where it's supposed to screaming to the draft dart. So I'm gonna be honest with you, DB. With Dart, it's early. Maybe his situation is a lot better. Their offense is a little bit more fluent, but I'll take that and use that game as, okay, they caught the Chargers slipping. I got to see a little bit more of Dart before I can say, hey, Titans, get him. Because even if Dart would have came here, he would be going through the same situation anyway. So would you want to put Dart in the same situation as Cam and Will Levis and any other rookie quarterback that's gone through here? Like, it's bad, man. Mike McCarthy is on my list, Jay. Yes. Mike McCarthy is on my list. Not saying he's the top of my list, but he is one of the guys on my list. Cliff Kingsbury is on my list. Let's see. Brandon Ham says 0. Let me see. What up, Dre? He says, I haven't seen us be this bad in about 10 years. This thing is going to take about 2 to 3 years. We have many holes. Yes, we do. And that's the thing about a rebuild. This is why I wish Carthon wouldn't have said that last year. I think it was last year or the year before. When he said, the Titans are not a rebuild. We're just retooling. No, this is a rebuild, buddy. It takes a while. Now, the good thing is you have a quarterback in Cam. So you have the cornerstone piece that you need to build. I still don't agree with the Dan Moore signing at left tackle. I think you still needed to go out and get a premier left tackle, somebody that I know that I can trust. You could have traded for somebody, but Dan Moore, he's been meh, and you paying him all that money to be meh. Like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. Let's see. Dart is better situation. Exactly. Team leader draft. Dart is in a better situation. Exactly. Think about it. Dart had Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors actually just got hurt. He got Dayball, who's been with the Giants for a while, so he's more stable. The offense, they already have this system. So the only thing you have to do is put in Dart and just say, hey, just get familiar with our system and continue to grow as a rookie. I wouldn't have brought Dart here. No, it would have been worse. It would have been worse. Let me see. It's just better to cut your losses. He's already given up play call. What else can you bring to the table besides? Yep, I know. Let's see here. DB. So you're saying, will Cam throw more than 10 touchdowns? Man, the way it's trending, I don't know, dog. I think he will. I think he will eventually. Yes, he will. But what I seen today, any hope? I don't know. This was the worst. This was the worst play calling that I've seen out of the 4 games, if that makes sense. These Callahan's play calling got you down the field, but this was the worst. And we didn't score no points. We were in the red zone, but we didn't score no points. Like, it's ridiculous. Let's see. At this point, I'll take anybody that's been coached before. At this point, yes, I agree. Cat Nelson. So that's my philosophy from here. Going from here on out, I don't want any coach that has potential. I don't want any coach from the college ranks that doesn't have any experience. I don't want any coach that was he was an offensive coordinator. Okay, cool. How long has he been calling offense, and what's his track record? Is he successful? Boom. I want a proven head coach that's been a head coach in this league before, that I know that can bring a culture, that I know that knows how to manage games. Give me that. I'm tired of it. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Needs to go to most coaches besides special teams. So see, Brian Callahan has to go in. Yep. It's a disgrace, man. I know. It's the scheme. Thank you, Sean. So if y'all been watching our Bleacher Report shows for the past year or two, I've been screaming, the scheme is trash, okay? If you've noticed, if you know football, your route tree, your route combination should be in the same area. But when I'm looking at the all 22 film, I see a high post, a medium post, and a low post in the same area on the right side of the field. How is Cam supposed to read that and say, okay, well, what am I supposed to do here, right? What am I supposed to do? So, yeah, you're correct, Sean. The scheme is horrible. I don't like the scheme. Bill Head was in the kind of place. Because it's all like this is worse. I'm just trying to stay. I'll be honest, if Bill was the kind of place. I know. Oh, let's see. Somebody said Kevin Byard. Everybody, do you see what Harold Landry's doing with the Patriots in New England? And we let him walk. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about organization. It's just terrible. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Exactly. The outside. Instead of he throws on the outside, instead of throwing north and south, like you said, it's on the outside. And you know where, I'm going to tell you, you know where Cam excelled in college was the seam routes. The tight ends, the seam routes, that's where he excelled. But I don't know. Let me see. They had a better option than Callahan. They did. They did Travis with CNL. I agree. I agree. And I still don't understand the signing of Callahan and what was the point of signing Callahan, if that makes sense. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Let's see. Why didn't Callahan go and get that Miami ASAP before Cam was drafted? Did you talk about the Miami scheme? I know. Uh, that's a great question, man. He wants to do it his way instead of tailoring your offense around your young quarterback and seeing what they're comfortable with. Just stubborn, man. Just stubborn. Margarita. So who called the offense? It was Bo Hardegrave. He's the quarterback's coach, so he did the play calling today. He had a questionable play call. I think it was it third and I think third and 12. He decided to run the ball instead of passing the ball, and we wasn't even in field goal range. So I could have understand if he was in field goal range, but we ran the ball and then we punted the ball. I need an explanation behind that. Like, why did we do that? Like, I don't understand that. Like, it makes no sense. We need to think about trading Jeffrey Simpson. I agree. Hey, Jeremy, I was just talking about this actually earlier. I think we should. I think you need to send him somewhere where he has an opportunity to get a Super Bowl ring or something. But unfortunately, well, that actually might happen. I will say you got rid of the wrong cornerback. You did. You got rid of Brownlee. You should have got rid of the Jerry Sneed. Just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that there. It's frustrating to watch us get down the red zone. Yes. Yep. I agree. I agree. I agree. We've been in the red zone a lot this year. That's what's mind-boggling. We've been in the red zone. It's like we're there, but we can't punch it in. Just makes no sense. Let's make it. Let me see. Awakening to the Eternal.com says, what's the hesitation of not playing Restrepo at this point? Cam needs that alley. So I believe with Restrepo, you would need someone like a DK or Alec or a Calvin to get hurt in order for them to activate Restrepo. I'm with you, man. I would love to see Restrepo come in and see how his chemistry is with Cam and see if they can recreate what they did in Miami, because he was Miami's leading receiver. I think he broke a couple of records too. So I'm like, you're not giving him a shot to at least try, right? Now, and two, I don't know how he would do against NFL corners. That's another thing. You're going against number one DBs. That's a little bit difficult. So I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see, and I know Bryce Oliver's hurt, so that's another person that's down. So it should bump Restrepo up to at least get him in this offense, at least see what he can do. So I'm 100% in agreement with you. Cheek is not it, dog. Gunnar Ham's been out there, but Gunnar Ham's a rookie. He's another rookie that's trying his best to make plays. But I want to see more of Gunnar Ham than I would want to see of Cheek. Cheek, I think his time is ran with. His course is ran with the Titans. I think he needs to go ahead and go somewhere else, get a fresh start. I just don't think right now he has it, if that makes sense. And I just think it's one of those things, man, where it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but anyway, welcome people. Welcome, man. This is a good therapy session. If you just joined the show, thank you. Hit the like button, hit the share button. This is just a good venting session. I don't have too much of an agenda today, but we just need to get this off our chest and figure out what's the next steps, man, because this is horrible. And I can say I might anticipate, not saying it's gonna happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if Callahan is fired tomorrow. It would not surprise me one bit. When you do that, you throw the team in flux. That's the problem. Now, let me ask everybody this. You can put your honest answer here. Do you think we have an ownership problem? Do you think we have an ownership problem? And the reason why I ask, even prior to Callahan, losing Taylor Lewan, our offensive line has been just terrible. Okay, it's ridiculous. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, DB. We need to thank J-Rob for setting this franchise. He did. J-Rob set this franchise back 10 years with the trade of A.J. Brown, with the debacle of drafting Isaiah Wilson, with the numerous of horrible drafts that we've had in the past 5 to 6, 7 years. It is bad. It's bad because he came in, 2016? I think, when did John go? 2016, 2017? I believe it was one of them. Yeah, he set us back bad, man. He set us back bad. And Amy's over her head. So Cat Nelson says yes. Chris Martin, what up, brother? He says Amy doesn't know football. I agree. I look at an owner like the Colts, that their owner, and how she's super involved. I know some people don't like that, but some people do. She's involved. She's on the sideline. She has the headset on. She's listening to the plays. She's making sure everybody's on task. She's learning. She's willing to learn, and that's what I respect. I'm like, she is willing to learn and willing to learn it and get to know the business, right? It's ridiculous. And I agree. It is for it's for concerts. It's for other events besides the Titans game. And that's the sad part about this entire thing. It's like we got this new stadium coming, which I've signed up for, paying all this money. And I don't go to concerts like that. I go to Titans games. I want to see I want to see the Titans win. And that's the sad part about it. Let's see. And you're correct. She hasn't showed her face. Matter of fact, she didn't even show her face when she fired Mike Vrabel. I don't think she'll show her face if she fires Callahan. That's how cowardly. To me, it's cowardly. It's like, if you're going to make a decision, come out and address your people and say, hey, this is why I'm doing this. This is the direction I want to go. This is what I want to do. We got rid of Snead. Where was Brinker and Paganzi? No, not Snead. When we traded Brownlee. When we traded Jarvis, those two should have been out and they should have gave a statement. Hey, this is why we did it. He doesn't fit the culture. Da, 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 da. I respect you more. But the leadership here is just not, it's not like that. She had the money to do something with AJ Brown, but she gambling on J-Rob too. I agree. Matter of fact, she could have vetoed that trade. She should have vetoed that trade. Like sometimes I think we don't hold Amy accountable enough. We do, but we don't. And it's just interesting to see how the whole thing is unraveled. Let's see here. DJ, wouldn't mind seeing a Final Four in the new stadium. You probably will. You'll see a Final Four. Let me see. You'll see a Final Four. You'll probably eventually see a Super Bowl here. You probably will. I'm trying to think. You'll see little special events. A national championship, the playoffs. You'll see something here from that college range. So you'll start to see different things in that stadium. And being at the games and seeing the stadium, it's coming along nice. It's going to be nice. It's going to be an amazing stadium. Yep, SEC championship. Yep. They're gonna steal it from Atlanta. Snead is a clown. I agree. Yeah, Snead. That's actually the momentum shift. After he let Nico Collins catch that ball, that shifted the momentum. You gave the momentum to the Texans. And that's how they was able to open up the floodgates on us. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. I would have kept Jalen Duncan, Keandre Colburn, and Caleb Murphy. Yep. Then we got rid of all of them. We got rid of all of them, man. We got rid of all of them. Even though we got we got sacks today, but we didn't get any pressure. That's another thing that is sad because we still can't get pressure. We still can't generate pressure. Let's see here, Nick Bosa. Hey, tight win by then. Hopefully, hopefully it might take us 2 years to get a win. Hopefully. No. I don't know. He does. I agree. We traded for him, and Snead is not playing up to the contract. I'm sorry. Do I think we'll get our first win if Callie gets fired? No, I still don't think so. I don't think so. It depends on who's the interim coach. But I don't know. I don't think so. For some reason, I just think you have an overall problem, and if it's you need somebody to rally behind, cool. That the defense rally behind Denard. They rally behind him, but I mean they're starting to go downhill as well. So it's like, will they rally? Will we get a win? Maybe. I don't know. I've looked at the next couple of games. We got Arizona. Let's see here. The schedule gets very interesting, to say the least. And I thought that we had a shot against the Texans. It's just we just don't know how to win, man. And that's just ridiculous. Let me see. So I'm looking at the schedule. We have the Cardinals and the Raiders. Both of those teams are just as bad as the Titans. but you're on the West Coast, so you got back-to-back. It's ridiculous. Then we got the Patriots when we come back home. And the Patriots just spanked up on the Panthers. So you do the math here. We might get one of those. We're going to let round of 2 and 3 players who are supposed to be developed. That's another thing, too. The developer players do not stick around long enough. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. What up, I'm Graver? He says, I don't care anymore. What's the point? I won't waste my time anymore. Good luck with this team. I understand the frustration. This is a vent session, man. Vent away. Vent away. DB said, these are Rand's guys. Well, some of them, but also I got to hold the vets accountable, too. Rand didn't draft. He didn't draft Calvin. He didn't draft Tyler. He didn't draft Hooker. He didn't draft Simmons. These are veterans. And then he didn't draft Snead. He traded for Snead, yes. He brought in Calvin, but he didn't draft those guys. You're expecting the same result that they did with their previous teams that I just don't see. It's ridiculous, man. Can Cam improve once Callahan gets fired? Yes, he can, but it's also on his quarterback's coach, too. So when you think about football, you think about your position coach, and you think about your head coach. Your head coach is supposed to be the one that motivates the team, gets the team prepared, so on, so forth. When I think about the quarterback's coach is the one that I'm relying to get that quarterback prepared. Things that Cam needs to work on is his footwork. He needs to work on stepping up in the pocket. He needs to work on not drifting in the pocket when he's going through his progressions. That's what's killing him. That's why some of these sacks are continuing to happen. Holding the ball too long. Those are things that your quarterback's coach, because you're with him the entire year in practice, is to be there and do. Now, the head coach can come in and say, okay, hey, I know this, that, and the third. Now, if your head coach is used to working with quarterbacks in the past, then yes, I can say yes. But it depends on who you hire as a head coach. Just all depends. If you get a John Gruden who's worked with quarterbacks, possibly, yeah. Yeah, he'll figure out things that he needs to work on. He needs to work on this, that, and the third. If you don't get a John Gruden, and you get a Mike McCarthy who's pretty decent at Wisconsin offense as well, he's pretty solid, it all depends. So it really all depends. It depends on who you bring in as a quarterback coach. Now, think about it. Now I'm going to tell you, people, when you do fire a coach, hire that new coach, do not expect this thing to turn around right away, because that new coach has to bring in his coaching staff, he has to bring in his culture, and those players have to buy into that culture, and they have to execute his vision. If they can't do none of that, we're still stuck in the same mud. So we might get our wish, but be careful what you wish for. Because if you do wish for it, what happens is, boom. I remember a couple of years ago when Vrabel was still a head coach. I remember we would complain, we need an offensive-minded coach. We need an offensive-minded coach. We need an offensive-minded coach. We finally got one, and we see where that took us. So it's almost like, if you're going to do this, you better have a plan that's going to make sense. And that's going to get you out of that hole fast. Because the way Amy works, say if we do get Mike McCarthy, I'm going to throw this hypothetical out there. Hey, thank you for Bethany. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate that. At $1.99. Boom! Bethany with the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate that, love. All right. I'll throw this hypothetical out here. Say if we do get Mike McCarthy, right? And Mike McCarthy's going through the same exact thing. His offensive line is not gelling. His quarterback is not picking it up. His receivers are not getting open. All right? Your defense is subpar. He hires, trying to throw out a name out there that's still out there. Somebody, Joe's Blow, right? And you bring him in and you say, okay, cool. How do we not know Amy's going to do the same exact thing? There's a pattern here. Unfortunately, when you're in a rebuild, you have to have stability. Stability is, hey, we're going to go through some down years. Can that happen? Hey, Bethany, thank you for the super chat. She gave it $1.99 and $1.99. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So that's my thing is, once we fire him, whenever it happens, because it's probably going to happen, what's Amy's contingency plan? Does Amy trust Berganzi and Brinker to do the right thing and bring in the right head coach that's going to turn the ship around? Or is it going to be somebody from college? If that makes sense. Or are you going to tell that new coach, because if this is me and I'm an inspired head coach, or I'm a previous head coach, and I look at the Titans organization, I would not come here. Because I would need to know if I have any stability. Because if I have a down year, are you going to fire me that next year? That's the problem. We say we want a new coach, but does a new coach want to come here? Does Mike McCarthy want to come here? Does Cliff Kingsbury, will he want to come here? The money will talk, yes. Would they want to come here? No. What up? He said, what up? Who's picking? He says, hey, boys, love y'all. Sorry this happened to us. It's appropriate to say sorry for the loss. Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Amy seems to always have a problem with head coaches, meaning she wants a coach she can control. And that's the thing about Vrabel. I know people is like, man, Vrabel should have stayed. No, Vrabel wanted out. Okay? Vrabel wanted out. And I can tell and I can look at Vrabel. Vrabel's like, look, I can't do nothing with this. I want control. I want to bring in who I want to bring in. I want to do what I want to do. It just didn't happen, right? Imagine Cam Ward with Mike Vrabel and how that team would have been. That would have been a tough-minded football team, right? Special teams would have been amazing. That's the problem. Bethel, you're correct. That's the matter. So let me see. We're just getting ready to say new coach needs a clause in it. Hey, Sean, there you go. He needs to get with his agent. He needs a mandatory 3 years. Maybe, matter of fact, Sean, if you want to put an extra year on there, put 4. Put one more year on there because I think it takes a rebuild. Nowadays, it can take you about 2 to 3 years to really get going, right? Then you need that other 2 years to kind of say, okay, we're getting our feet wet. I look at the Detroit Lions, man, and Campbell. What Campbell's been able to do with the Detroit Lions has been nothing but amazing. Now, they've drafted very well, right? They got Williams. They got Gibbs. They have some pieces, man. They got Montgomery. They got Goff. Like, they have some pieces. They got a good play caller. They have pieces. That's the thing. You said, Bobby, you think Bobby will take the job? Maybe. I think he's the OC, ain't he? Bobby Slowick, because I think he was on the radar last year. I want to say he was on the radar last year. Hold on. Yeah, I think Bobby was on the radar last year. Yes, he was. Bobby was. As a matter of fact, I think with Vrabel, I have to go back to my memory bank, but I to be honest with you, I would want a proven head coach. I want a proven head coach. Superfan says, I never believe in Cam. He's on. I never believe in Cam unless he fixes terrible footwork and bad throwing mechanics. You can't sidearm constantly and interfere, especially just So that's where coaching comes into play, right? I think what's happening is they've given Cam a lot of rope to let Cam kind of do what he wants to do. Now, the sidearm things do work when they work, a la Patrick Mahomes. He kind of reminds me of Patrick Mahomes when he does that. But as a rookie, I'm not going to count him out yet. Because of the situation that he's in. This is the mindset of bad football teams, right? And even when it comes to fan bases, we tend to count out things early. The problem is we've been blinded by Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud type of rookie season. Now you kind of see what they're having to go through with their sophomore year and the third year and so forth and so forth. So that's when coaching comes into play and say, hey, instead of swaying in the pocket, step up. Instead of holding the ball too long, throw it away. Now, the thing is, I did see that a couple of times today where he did throw the ball away. I said, okay, Cam, cool. You didn't take any unnecessary sacks. The thing I do like about him is his eyes is always downfield looking for a playmaker. He just doesn't have the support cast around him. If he had a Tyreek Hill, I'm not saying Tyreek Hill's still good, but if he had a Tyreek Hill who helped Patrick Mahomes his rookie season, these type of quarterbacks like to extend plays. Once they go out script, their receivers need to do the same thing. Instead of their receivers just standing there, they need to go move around with your quarterback. But let me see here. What up, Lake Show? He says this team is just soft all around. I'm glad I work Sundays now instead of wasting my days watching this mess. That's where you're going. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. And see, Dre said the same thing. CJ's trying to digress, but he got a new OC. Let me see. Great question, Jamal. That's a great question. He says, would the culture be better with a young coach or a veteran coach? Great question. I think with a veteran coach, you're dealing with a whole new generation of people. And the old school style of football I'm used to, and probably you're used to, and anybody else that's used to, of the structure of you to get talk crazy to. That style of football was more disciplined than it is what we have now. I would prefer a veteran coach, but also a veteran coach that's been on the sideline for like 2 to 3, 4, 5 years. I don't think that's going to work because of the simple fact that that coach is going to bring in a mentality that it might not resonate with the younger generation, if that makes sense. I would prefer an experienced coach, but if you could get a young coach like a Cliff Kingsbury, like that's why I keep throwing his name out there, because he's young, he got a good mix to him. He's young, he's done it before, he's got a little swag, he knows how to call offense. He's Washington's offensive coordinator right now, so he knows what he's doing. He's familiar with Jaden Daniels, and maybe he can pull something out of Cam. So maybe Cliff. I like Mike, I do. I would like him for his experience, but I don't know. Let's see here. Wait, what Callahan really should have done is hire an OC. We actually had play calling experience and put some trust in that position instead of. Yeah, I agree 100%. I've said this. I don't like my head coaches calling offense unless you've done it before. Unless you've done it before. Let's see here. What if our quarterback two is the next Mac Jones? I mean, I don't know. What up, Toy? Coach Holt. Man, again, he's a veteran coach. He's done it before. And I agree, DeAndre. The veteran coach will make this team a lot more disciplined. It'll cut out a lot of the bull crap that you have with football these days. A lot of the talking, a lot of the soft crap. But also, with a veteran coach, is he has to be careful how he moves as well. Because we're in a different time. Especially when it comes to football, man. Football has just changed, and it continues to change. It's becoming to be softball, if that makes sense. Let's see here. I don't know if Tennessee will promote another offensive coordinator head coach. I don't see it. What was the last one? Was Matt LaFleur? I think it was the last one was Matt. And Arthur Smith. I think that was the last one too. Antonio Pierce. Ooh. AP. I would hire him on a coaching staff. I would. On a coaching staff. Hey, and so Hakeem, I threw this name out to a Hawk, John Gruden. I think John Gruden might want to go back to college. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind John Gruden to come in here. The thing with John Gruden was when he clashed with Amy, if that makes sense. I'm noticing something, a pattern with Amy. She doesn't like headstrong people. She doesn't like people to challenge her. And John Gruden will challenge you. John Gruden has a loud voice. So that's my thing. It's like, will John Gruden fit here? I don't know. Because even with Vrabel, he's very opinionated. Vrabel is very headstrong. Vrabel is my way to highway, and I just don't think, man. I don't know. Let's see here. They should have kept King Henry. It would have made it easier for Levis, Cam, and with receivers they could have got. All right. So I think Henry was here when Levis was here. He was. I do agree, Rico, because I feel like TP, he's not an every down back in my opinion. He ran hard today, but I guess I'm so used to seeing Derek back there. It really messes with me sometimes. But it does help a young quarterback when you have an established run game because you can take the pressure. And maybe, too, that's another thing. Maybe we're throwing too much. Maybe they need to stick with the run game and allow the pass to open up. That's what they need to do. Innovative instruction. Yeah, I agree. Oh, my gosh. What is really Todd Downing? No, Todd Downing. No, sir. Let's see here. When we get the first pick, trade down and get a lot of picks this year. I agree. Hey, Tyrell. If you don't see anybody that you do, I'll trade down. I would load up. I would trade down. I would load up on picks and just go from there. And build this team up. Just build this team up. Hell, get you some picks for 2027 too. Because that's a nice little wide receiver class coming out of there. So, let's see. Cam is a breath of fresh air for us. Even the press conference feels different when he's on the mic. Yes, because he holds the team accountable. Thank you. I'm glad you said it, Jamal. If you're just joining the show, I don't know if everybody got to see Cam's press conference, but I appreciate it. He said the team played like ass. He said he played like ass, and he's just tired of it. He said, we ain't got nothing to lose. We 0-4. We in a hole. Everybody needs to step up and play. And he almost wanted to say coach better, too. I called him. I said, Cam, you almost there, bro. I see where you're frustrated at. But you can tell I like that fire. I need that fire from my head coach. I do. But I'm getting it from my franchise quarterback. So I do appreciate Cam like holding himself accountable because he didn't have a good game today and holding the team accountable. Let me see here. Bethany says, if you were Amy and you could only make 3 changes, what would they be? Let me see. What would they be? Huh. 3 changes. You need to find a better head coach. That's number 1. Or you force your head coach to get better coordinators in here. That's number 2. Number 3, what Amy needs to do, she needs to learn the game of football. She needs to understand the business because I sometimes feel like she don't understand it. There's really too much you can't do. I mean, that's hard because I would. You know what I would do? Let me say this. I would tell Berganzi and Brinker to make a splash trade, something to spark this team, something to get this team going. We need a trade. We continue to trade our pieces away, but we're not getting any value. We get the draft capital that we do get is 6th and 7th and 5th round picks. We're not getting any value out of that. We need value. We need somebody to come in here that's going to make us, that's going to just spark this thing. And right now we don't have it. So I say, man, go out and make a trade. I'll tell them, hey, we need somebody. Do something about it. Fix it. Fix it. And what are we doing? It's ridiculous. Let's see here. Gotta make sure I didn't miss anybody. Go about 20 more minutes, people, and then I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody rocking with me today, man. Hawkins in Houston, so he went to the Houston game, man. I know a couple of y'all said y'all seen him, so good stuff. I know the game was rough, but hey, Eric Bieniemy for head coach? Nah, but I use him as an offensive, maybe an offensive coordinator or coordinator. I don't think Eric Bieniemy. No. So Hakeem, to your point, we're supposed to have one. Brian Callahan is supposed to be this offensive minded head coach. That was our offensive-minded head coach. That was the one that was at Cincinnati, quote-unquote, calling plays. I don't believe he called plays. I think Zach Taylor did. Now look at the Cincinnati Bengals. Everybody look at the Bengals. Bengals are not doing good either. Just saying. Let's see here. I would fire head coach and I hire anyone, start Restrepo, and bring back the Love Your Blues. I agree with you on the Restrepo. I want to see what Restrepo can do. He said we ain't still, and that's put us in a hole. The Isaiah Wilson draft really put us in a hole. I think that set us back a decade because we drafted him at left tackle, and you had a hole there, and I think that's what Taylor Lewan was doing. What happened, right? You can thank John Robinson for that. That's not Callahan. That wasn't Rand Carthon. That was John freaking Robinson. And you can thank him for this too. That's why he hasn't had another opportunity to be a GM anywhere. I wouldn't hire him. Just saying, I wouldn't hire him. Let's see here. So if you want an offensive-minded coach, Hakeem, who would you hire that you know out there that's a brilliant offensive-minded coach? I would hire an offensive coordinator that's real well-rounded when it comes to play calling. See here. All right, question. Will the Jarvis Brownlee trade impact the Titans like the A.J. Brown trade did? No. Jarvis Brownlee wasn't on the caliber of A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was like our franchise. He was like our best wide receiver we've had since Derrick Mason. So, no. Jarvis Brownlee was trending to be a good cornerback in this league, right? But it won't impact. Now, the Seahawks are wanting to shop Tyreek Woodland. They want to trade. They're wanting to trade him. So I would entertain that. That's a good replacement for Jarvis Brownlee. I feel like the guy we picked up from Baltimore, he did some okay things today, but it's nothing I can really hang my hat on, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Tremaine, I feel you, bro. He said, I miss D. Morgan and Brian Orakpo. Yeah, I do. I miss Harold Landry, too. Yeah, everybody see what Harold Landry's doing in New England? Yeah, man. My guy getting off. Let's see here. Joe Brady, Cliff, or Flores. I like, Flores is not bad either. Matter of fact, Flores, he needs an apology. People owe him an apology when he was with the Dolphins. They owe him an apology because of the fact that he was correct about Tua. Tua is not good. I'm sorry. And Brian Flores looks like he likes structure. He brings structure into his staff. I like it. And his defenses are pretty solid as well. Cliff Kingsbury, I keep saying Cliff Kingsbury. I like Cliff Kingsbury. I would love to bring him in. I really would. Do you feel like Cam is regression under the coaching staff after just first 3 weeks? I feel like Cam is doing the best that he can. Regression? No, these are things he had to work on anyway, and he's a rookie too. That's another thing. When I think of regression, I think of a second-year player in their sophomore year, like C.J. Stroud. People will say C.J. Stroud is regression. I look at C.J. Stroud as in a newer offense. He's learning the offense. That's how I look at that. So when I look at Cam, he's a rookie that's still getting the feel of the game, but the team around him is not on his level. There's only like maybe 2 people on offense. Maybe one person on offense that can get close to his level. That's Eli. That's the only person that can get to his level. That's the only person that can get to his level right now. Everybody else around him, they just dialing it in, man. They're not good. They're not good. And I think when we say regression, this is the stuff that I expect to see. Him not stepping up in the pocket, him swaying in the pocket. His footwork is kind of off, right? And that happens when you have a shaky offensive line. That happens when your receivers are not getting open. So I don't think he's regression. Now, do I think he'll get better under a new coaching staff that's more quarterback friendly? Yes. Like a Cliff Kingsbury. When I keep bringing up Cliff Kingsbury, because look what he was able to do with Jaden Daniels. I'm going to leave that there. Now, Joey Brady from the Bills. Again, if this was 2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't mind it. But the problem is, he hasn't been a head coach before. Now, as a offensive play caller, maybe. As a quarterback's coach, maybe. Yeah. But as a head coach, no. And again, awakening. You saying it, and I think DB, said the same thing. The scheme is not fit for him. The scheme is not fit for him. If you go back and look at the scheme he ran in Miami or Washington State, I told you I did a lot of film, extensive study. When he was with Miami, playing for Miami, his scheme, the seam routes were his best friend, man. That's how he got that tight end draft. Explosive plays. He has to be in a system where you have explosive plays and seam routes, right? We don't have that. We have a bunch of out routes. The route tree, the routes develop slow. The screen game. When you're looking at the screen game, look how slow the screen game develops. We haven't been able to run a successful screen all year. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. He knows who he is now. He sure do. Jamal Driver. So you asked me, are we the worst team in the NFL? I would say yes. Because at least the Saints scored some points today. At least Houston scored points today. So I would say yes. We are the worst team. Yeah, we are. We are. After today, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep, we are. Yep. I'm going to give you yes, sir, we are. What do you think Eagles offense scored? Now, they're starting to build a little tree. But still, give me somebody that's done it before. I can bring him over to the OC, but give me somebody that's done it before. That's why I keep throwing out Cliff Kingsbury, Mike, and all them. Like my trust is broken with bringing in coordinators and having them be head coaches, if that makes sense. And I know you got to give them a shot. At the same time, I'm like, if it's not at a high level like you've done it, and I even look at the Eagles offense, they're okay. They're cool, and I know Jalen Hurts might be holding them back, but AJ should be really getting the ball every other play. That's my opinion. But I don't know. Let's see here. Pollard better than Cam and Peter and JC probably. Let's see. Yeah. Let's Yes, sir. I agree. Our offense is boring and predictable. And how long? You know, it's funny, Chris, that you bring this up. How long has our offense been boring and predictable? Besides Derrick Henry, how long has our offense been like this? It's been like this for a while, people. It's been like this for a while. It's like seriously. The scheme makes you roll. Starting to scheme so predictable. It makes people believe it's exactly, exactly. I feel like he would do good. It's that West Coast offense, but he'll do good when you stretch the field with different routes. If you stretch the field, because if you notice when Cam drops back, Cam's initial read, he's looking for something big. He's looking to throw it downfield. That's how he was even at Miami. He can still do the mid-level throws and the intermediate throws, but he's looking for that shot. And that's why I say the personnel that he has right now, he don't have it. It's like even the first play when he went off script, he went through his progressions and then he rolled out, went off script, and told Elick to come back, and Elick caught it. I'm like, that's his bread and butter. He needs a scheme almost like how Patrick Mahomes has, because they play similar. I'm not saying he's Patrick, but they play similar. That's the thing. Like he needs a scheme where he can stretch the field. We don't have a scheme like that. Our scheme is I don't understand our scheme, man. Our scheme is weird. It's weird. It's weird. Yes, we do need a running back. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need a running back. Yes. And the Titans organization is known for getting great running backs, so don't be surprised if we draft one and he's the next Eddie George, Chris Johnson, Derrick Henry, or something crazy like that. So, hey, Z Mick, what up, my guy? What up? He says 10 losses in a row. No. I know. 10 losses in a row. Let that sink in. 10 regular season losses in a row. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then I'm going to go back to the scheme conversation. You need the personnel to run that scheme. So Elick, I'm cool with. DK has speed. Utilize that speed, if that makes sense. Utilize the speed. I like Pollard. Don't get me wrong. I like Pollard. Pollard actually ran pretty hard today. But Pollard, to me, is not an every down back. Pollard is a good complementary back. Spears is still hurt. I think he's on injured reserve, so he probably will come back next week. But you know what? They got to go to Arizona, so he might actually come back this week. It wouldn't surprise me if they activate him this week, because they still have an open roster spot right now. So that's probably what they're getting ready to do is activate him. And he'll help with the change of pace. He'll help in the passing game as well. Because Spears, that's one thing, he's an extra receiver. Spears runs good routes and he can catch. So hopefully that opens it up. And I'm trying to be positive because of the simple fact that JC's still hurt. With JC being hurt, hopefully he can come back and help that right side. But even with the left side, Dan Moore's been struggling a little bit too. So I think Miss Amy is confused. Yeah. He's not, but man, this is terrible. I haven't felt this bad watching them since 2014 or 15, man. You took it back. You took it back a decade. You took it back. I haven't felt this bad, man. I think I'm with you. I think was it Rusty Smith? The Zach Meckenberger days? And yeah, it feels that bad. It feels bad. It feels bad. Let's see here. Is Callahan now the worst coach in Titans history, overtaking Wizard Hunt? He's trending. He get there. He lose a couple more, he will. He will be. I appreciate Lockett, but do you think Xavier Rashford? Yes, I do. Either him or Van Jefferson. I do. Give him a shot. Give Restrepo a shot and see what Restrepo can do. Give him a shot. See if him and Cam can rekindle that magic that they had when they were in Miami. See if they can do it. Let's see here. Will we get a win, JC? And so JC fixes your offensive line problems on the right side. Then you can kind of focus on the left side. And I think that's the problem is JC, if they can give Cam enough time to throw, the problem is still you have a scheme issue. You still have a scheme issue. That's the problem. Can those receivers get open in a way to where Cam can get the ball out of his hands quickly? And I don't know. They'll at least help you with the blocking issues and maybe the issues when it comes to change of pace and when it comes to running. But other than that, it doesn't solve everything. It's Callahan has to be willing to go in there and just look at the inner circle and say, hey man, something's wrong with our scheme. Right? Something's going on. Now sometimes in his scheme, receivers do get open. They do. I will say that. But at the same time, I'm not a fan of it. Now, 2-4-2 Titans, what up, brother? He says need to do more up tempo and no huddle at times. Now, when they do up tempo, when they do tempo and no huddle, it works. The offense looks a lot better. It looks quicker because that's Cam. Cam's mind thinks real fast. If you notice, when Cam has to slow it down, it just slows everything down. And Cam's, if you notice on TV, when he's doing like this, he's like, hey, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play. Cam is just miles farther. Now, another issue that you run into, I tell you, when you change coaches, you got a whole new offensive scheme. So hopefully, it benefits us in the positive versus the negative. I didn't see Ham catch a pass today. Do you think he should start? I think Gunnar Ham did catch a pass today. And he actually did. Hold on, I can tell you how many passes he caught. He did catch a pass today. To answer your question, yes, Gunnar Ham needs to start. He needs to start over Chig. Chig is, I'm done with the Chig experiment. I am. Gunnar Ham had a catch. He did. He had a catch for 12 yards. He did. I am done with the Chig experiment. Chig only had one catch for 4 yards. Elliott was your leading receiver today with 2 catches for 44 yards. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So the worst coach is Ken Wisenhunt. Ken Wisenhunt. If you remember Ken Wisenhunt, the Ken Wisenhunt days were horrible. They were terrible. That was terrible. I was so confused about the play calling today. Like, when we had a nice play, they want to start running trick plays. Oh, my God. Wax G219, bro, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. They got cute in the wrong time. They did. Especially with the flea flicker he was trying to run, and the Texans were already on. Let me see. Consistency is not in this team's vocabulary. It hasn't been for a long time. What do you think is the problem with their injuries? Do you think it's the fact that the practice field, grass, and stadium is... Maybe, but if you've ever played football, you know injuries linger, man. You're never at 100% ever. Like, if you ever talk to a football player and they tell you at 100%, they lie. Okay, and I think JC, that injury was lingering anyway, and I think they mismanaged that, and them mismanaging it cost them 4 or 5 games. He still goes. I think they said he's had this injury before. I think what they're saying. So I think our injuries were much worse previous years, but turf does play a part in a lot of those knee injuries and those Achilles injuries and those toe injuries. I don't like the turf personally. I like grass because you get better traction, but yeah, to each his own. Let's see here. Sometimes you got to do quick passes before the fight. Exactly. I don't feel like he was able to get the ball out quick enough. He didn't draw up any plays to get the ball out of Cam's hand quick enough. I was looking for 1-2 drop, 1-2 drop, 1-2 drop, 1-2 drop. Now the Texans were doing it. If you seen the Texans, what they were doing, they told CJ, if you go through your first read and your other reads right there, throw it. And that's what CJ was doing. Let's see here. Here, what I want to know. Why under defensive coaches this team does great, but under offensive head coach who can't seem to get it together? I'm the only one who noticed that. That's a great question because Jeff Bishop was a defensive guy. Raven was a defensive guy. Mike Munchak was an offensive guy. Ken Wisenhunt was an offensive guy. It's a great question, man. I don't know. But I do notice that trend. I do. Yeah, they just mismanaged, man. They tend to, and it's really, you got to save the player from themselves, because a player tell you, I'm ready to go. No, you're not. Go sit down. Like Cam. You know, Cam was on the injury report this week. How do we know that ankle wasn't still lingering? That injury wasn't still lingering? How do we not know that? See what I'm saying? Because he did look off today. So I'm wondering, like, are you playing through pain, man? Because if you were, then we need to go ahead and start our backup quarterback just to get you some rest. I think Caleb Mullins got hurt too. He's hurt. I think he's hurt. I think he did get hurt. I think he did. I think you did. I think you did. Consistency is in their vocabulary. All right, people, I'm going to go 5 more minutes and I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody rocking with me. And through this whole therapy venting session on why the Titans are still terrible and we still can't get over the hump. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get here. Go ahead and throw out another question or two. I'll go ahead and get that answer. Yes, I agree. I agree. So let me ask you, is there any bright spots from this game? I agree with you, Tremaine. Big Jeff actually had a good game. This is one of his best games I've seen him have in a while. Where especially that sack where he was right in the back. I was like, wow, it's ridiculous. So, DB, how do we turn it around? You play a Cardinals team who right now is still trying to figure themselves out. Marvin Harrison Jr. I think how you have to turn it around, man, is take small wins. Anything that you got that you're consistent with. So, for example, if the run game is working, stick with it. If your first 5 plays were simple plays, stick with it. Don't get cute. Don't get cute. That's the thing. Don't get cute at the wrong time. Just don't get cute. That's the thing. You might have a shot, but I would say if I'm coaching this team, if I'm the OC, I'm trying to establish the run first, and then so that can open up the pass to get Cam comfortable enough to where we can get it. And then I'm changing this part of the scheme up. I don't care. We got to get the ball out of his hands faster, man. Like, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll have a pregame show for y'all. Hey, we appreciate that, Chris Martin, man. We do it for y'all, man. We love what we're doing. I will admit, it is hard to do this, man, when the Titans are like this. It is very hard to stay locked in because as a normal fan back in the day, man, I would watch it, but I can cut it off. I can't. So you got to watch it and see what we can improve. But I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Another game. Yeah, and Tremaine, hold on. I'm going to get to that in a minute, Tremaine. Berganzi is a bit off more than we could bid he gets true. 9, 2, 3 fast. Again, trying to give Berganzi the benefit of the doubt. I don't know how much Brinker's running the show, so I'm really side-eyeing Brinker because we haven't been able to keep our rookies that we wanted to. And what this does for me too, it kills the trust with the team for me because it almost gets it to the point where I'm like, how long is Cedric Gray gonna be here? How long is James Williams going to be here? Hell, how long is Cam going to be here, right? And Sherrod, bro, appreciate that $2 super chat, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Ooh, Sherrod for the $2 super chat, bro. I appreciate it, man. You know I got to hold it down, man, when my guy is in Houston, man, living it up. So I appreciate it, dog. But I'm losing trust of can the Titans even develop anybody besides the quarterback? Can they even develop anybody? I'm getting to the point, man. I don't know. Have the Titans ever beat CJ Stroud? I don't think so. That's a great question, Q. That's a great question, Q. Maybe when we still had Derek, maybe. Wow. It's interesting. Groundsman was more interested in cleaning the house for Ram. Yeah, but he needs to focus on his job. Tremaine said, Hawks said on his way out of Houston, we might not win another game. What do you think? Man, it's trending, dog. If we keep playing like this, we ain't winning shit. I'm sorry. You have a shot, though. You do. Because when I look at the next slew of games that I'm looking at, you have, again, the Cardinals, the Raiders, who's a mess right now. The Raiders is a debacle. And the Patriots. Those 3 games, you have a shot at maybe winning 1 or 2. But something's going to have to click fast, man. They're going to need a spark from somebody. Somebody's going to have to get this team going. And let me ask everybody this. Do you think there's a true leader on this team besides Cam? And notice how I didn't put Jeffrey Simmons in that category. I said it here. Houston could pick up Rand as a possibility. They could. We're going to be back on top one day. It might take a while, but and Jeremy, that's the positive outlook on this thing. You got Cam, who hopefully they don't ruin, and you got a young receiving core that you can build off of. You got certain things that you can build off of, but we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. A lot. Now that the quarter of the season is gone and we have yet to win a game, what do you think our record would end up being? Toya, why you ask me that? I don't know. We could carbon copy from 3 and 14, 3 whatever last year? Maybe 2 and 15? I don't know. I don't know. It's not trending to be good. It's not trending to be good. They did last year. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, DB. But they got a screen game coordinator. From what they said, they all go in a room and they all scheme the offense together. Like, I don't know, man. It's part of the collaboration that Amy wanted. Just saying, I think Brian Callahan is scared to get fired. Let's see here. Jamal, you said no. Yep. You don't. Is it Toy? You said no. Jamal, you said no. The second contract's terrible, man. Cam is. Now Bethany, I said, besides Cam, who would you consider a leader? There's a couple people that should be leaders, but who would you consider a leader? Yeah, we could get the first round. And the benefit of getting the 2 back-to-back number 1 picks is you get more talent. You get the pick of the litter. You do. That's the bad part. That's the good part about being sucky. That's the good part about you sucking. That's the good part about it. Other than that, this stuff sucks for us. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Julius, you're correct. When I hear collaboration, I hear I'm collaborating with other entities, right? Why do we have to collab together to come up with an offensive scheme if I have an offensive coordinator that can do that? That's why I pay you for it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We technically still do have Will Levis on the team, so he ain't going nowhere. If I was him, I would want to. Now I want to get up out of here fast. Simmons. So, Kat, you said Simmons. I would agree. But if you look at the Titans back in the day, we had Wesley Woodyard, Jarrell Casey, Delaney Walker. I look at those as leaders. They were leaders of this team. They made sure this team was held accountable. They made sure this team was on par when they needed to be on par. That's what type of leaders I'm talking about. Jeffrey's a good leader when it comes to play or rallying the troops. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. Let's see here. Hooker, even him. I just don't see. I see him today get burned. He got burned. I was like, wow, okay. Let's see here. On D, watch Snead play up on a wide receiver and on second line. I know, man. I know. I'm so done with Snead, man. I was trying to rock with Snead, but I'm so done with him. Yes, Keith Bullock was another leader. Yeah, Keith was another leader. Keith was another leader. When I think of a leader, I think of people willing to follow you and go to battle. Now, the team is willing to go to battle with Cam, but Cam is just a rookie, man. That's the crazy thing about it. Yeah, and that's why, hey, Z, you're funny. This is my point. When somebody asks, are we the worst team in the league? Yes. The Saints even put up a fight. Shout out to my boy Joe. He's a Saints fan. The Saints even put up a fight. They were sticking with the Bills. Yep, Byron was a leader. I do agree. And now look at Byron. He's gone. Brownlee, I'm going to tell you something I loved about Brownlee. Brownlee brought a swagger to this team that we don't have right now, except Cam. Cam got it. Brownlee, I like my players with a little feistiness to them. I like my players that like to talk. I like my players that got swag to them. I like my players that got leadership because he's going to bring the energy. Ever since he's gone today, the team, they didn't have no energy. See no energy. Look bad. Oh, we're going to get the first. Oh, trust me, you're going to get something. Bethany with the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate them. Hit you with the boom. Bethany with the $4.99 super chat. Yep. And we missed 2 field goals today. Joey Sly. What happened, my guy? What up, King Guys? He said his team is the Walmart of the NFL. If you good fans, you know what? It's the Walmart of the NFL, and it's almost like the retirement home of the NFL. It's almost like we are, when we do get good players, we'll hold on to them and then they're gone. Like, we don't have no stability. That's the word. There's no stability here with the Titans. There's no stability. Swaggerless defense. Yep. Yep. We overcompensating. The Titans' lack of talent under Vrabel, which kept them in games, was their physically conditioning. And that's the thing about Vrabel. Vrabel was able to awaken subpar talent, right? He actually, the guys that he helped draft and he helped develop are still in the league to this day. But once Vrabel's gone, what you got? You see what I'm saying? Like, what you got? I'm going to take 2 more questions and people, and then I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Again, the Tennessee Titans lose to the Houston Texans 26-0. And in Titans history, Oilers/Titans history, none of those teams have never went 0-17 or 0-16 or 0-15. So this could be the first year it happens. I don't know. Let's see here. This is the second question. Do we trade Big Jeff? I say, what do you think we should get for him? If you trade Jeffrey Simmons, who's trending to be on track for the Pro Bowl this year, you should get at least a first or second round pick for him. Aim for the sky. Do not get a 3rd round pick or 4th round pick. Aim for the damn sky. That's what I say. 1st or 2nd round pick if you're gonna trade for him. Yep. You got a lot of those former Titans on the Chargers. We play the Chargers. You'll see Bud Dupree, Molden, what's his name? The running back from Michigan. We had he's on that team. Like you'll see a bunch of the Titans players on that team. Like, for real. See. If one bit the doggone Mike Cameron. Let's see here. Let's see. Tired of saying it. Need to fix the O-line. Cam, mine. Now is everything having to speed up. Yep. I agree with that 242. Now, how long have we been screaming to fix the offensive line? Just saying. All right. So this will be my last question, and I might take a bonus question, and I'm going to get up out of here for real. Bethy says, what are the chances the team gets sold if things don't change? Will Amy start feeling the pressure to do something huge? So that's one thing Amy hasn't been told to do, is hold herself accountable. She's the controlling owner, right? I think her and Tommy are like cohorts. If she sells the team, it needs to be done after the stadium is built, and sell it to some investors that care, that want to see a winning product, right? That's what we need. That's what we need. And so, of course, she can still be an investor, but we need ownership that's really to get this thing going. Like, it's ridiculous. Question is with the first pick, is Tennessee going wide receiver or Cam? If you get the first pick in the NFL draft, if it's not Williams or the kid from Ohio State, I would say you might want to trade down a little bit, but I wouldn't go wide receiver with the first pick unless he's like generational. Like, he has to be generational for me to pull the trick on that. I don't want to trade it yet, but if someone like the 49ers pick up the phone, especially since Bosa is gone, I told you, first, give me a first round pick for him. It has gone up, in my opinion. It has, because if Simmons doesn't play, then you'll see the drop off in the defensive line. You'll see the drop off. She's trying to hold on for her dad. I know. But she either learn the business in a way to where you can make better decisions, or let somebody run it that understands football, that understands the passion, that just gets it. I don't know, man. But anyway, people, I'll take one more question and then get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. This is a good therapy session for everybody. We got the Arizona Cardinals coming up on this Sunday coming up. So the Titans got a back-to-back West Coast trip. They got the Cardinals and then the Raiders. So we'll see
We'll see how that goes. Bethy said she's ruining his legacy. Yeah. Yeah. Old Bud rolling over now. Like he giving him the finger. Let's see here. Give me one more question, people. We're going to get up out of here. Make it a good one. Also, what we're going to try to, what I'm going to try to start doing is, man, going live a lot more after these games, man, so we can get a raw reaction. Let me see. It's only 4 games. Remember, we was 0-6 before Tannehill turned it around for us. That's true. That is true. It's when we had Marcus Mariota. That's what Mario. That is true. And I'm in D in Weekly Family. I'm optimistic that I think we can. Because you play the Cardinals and the Raiders and you do have a shot. They just need to get some consistency and learn how to win. And learn how to win each half, right? Learn how to win each series. Because I feel each series ago we'll win, we'll get that so far down in the red zone and we'll stall out. Learn how to win it. You got to the red zone. Now when we get in the red zone, call the right plays. Just saying. They got to execute. I understand the players do got to execute those plays. I do. I get it. Yep. Nick Boris says 2-4. That's fingers crossed, man. I hope. I hope we go 2-4, man. I really do. All right, people. One more question, and I am out of here. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, you're right, Julius. So many former. Yeah. What was it? No, this one not one. That was not the one I was looking for. Somebody said they got a bunch of Titans players. They do. Chargers are a unique team, man. They shouldn't have lost to the Giants. That's crazy. That is crazy. Let's see. Yes, they did. That's another thing. Yes, they did, man. That was supposed to be a flag, bro. That actually would have changed that momentum. That would have put us in plus territory. All right, DB. Well, I appreciate it, man. Well, Weekly Family, I'm about to get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. Man, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. And when you do, hit the like button, share button. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Bleacher Report. If you have not subscribed to those entities, please subscribe to them. We're on Instagram, Twitter, or formerly X. We're on all those entities, and we're on TikTok as well. So if you're not on our TikTok, if you're not following us, it's at Tennessee Titans Weekly. Please go follow our TikTok. We are very, very active on TikTok. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for rocking with us. Again, I tell y'all every show, I appreciate y'all's opinions, your questions, man. Y'all keep us going. And let's try to keep our heads up. Let's try to stay positive and focused. And I understand if you get down, I get it. I appreciate it. But anyway, I'm out. Appreciate everything. And I'll holler at y'all later.
Tennessee Titans Weekly, we carry the rock. But being the best podcast with Hawk and Jacques. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later. With everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say to enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jacques, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We give you news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up.